very beginning. How this all kind of came about was I have a history of factory driver for different manufacturers. Started my career in that with Ferrari back in 1998, and had some successes in life, thankfully, both in the .com world and out here. And when that kind of came to an end, I decided that I wanted to try to give back to the racing community as much as I could. So we started to identify some land. Doug Nelson is here somewhere, but he was part of that in finding this property. So that was about 8 years ago, and at the time I wanted 400-ish acres to build just a basic membership type of track, something that's really affordable for more of your lower budget guys, enthusiasts, not necessarily the wealthy guys, which of course I love too, but we wanted something whereby it could be done for the masses as opposed for exclusivity. And Doug and I came out with a few other people and saw this land. You know, as most of you already know, we're about an hour from Phoenix and about an hour from Tucson, and far away in the middle of nowhere where noise and whatnot is not going to be something that will be a challenge. And while Doug and I were out here, we saw all these signs out here for public hearings and whatnot. And long story short there, some other clown decided he wanted to build a race development out here in 2008. And that's what led me to Pat Johnson. And turns out Pat's crazier than I am, which is pretty difficult. And Pat said, Dan, you're wasting your time with this 300, 400 acre crap. Everybody around here is doing these special use permits and limiting what they can do. Pat also happened to be a former owner interest in Phoenix International Raceway, which is where NASCAR runs, and had a lot of experience, also had a ton of experience in dealing with the counties, had personal relationships with guys like Steve Miller, and long story short, we ended up being partners in setting this stuff up and moving along. We hired what we believe to be the best of the best so that we could get this done right, and created some neat zoning and text amendment stuff, and Lisa was key in that, Lisa Erickson. Now my wife, wasn't at the time, but she's pivotal to everything that we're doing, obviously. So her help with the attorneys at Snell and Wilmer, Nick Wood specifically, were able to get all that zoning stuff done. There were some snags, but we kind of expected that. But it was really awesome to get to that point. And then, of course, COVID hit. We had to call some audibles in what we were doing here. Plans also had to adjust a little bit due to competitive factors in the market. But here we are, and we couldn't be more excited about how this has all come together. We've managed to add a few members to the team as well that have been super helpful. And more specifically today, obviously this is an Attesa component. For those of you that don't fully understand it, Attesa is the entire 2,400 acre development. Within Attesa will be various components, like Podium Club. You'll notice some of us are wearing Podium Club shirts, some are wearing Attesa shirts. Today is the day that we announce Podium Club, which is the private membership component to the track here at Attesa. So details of that's online. Most of you may or may not be aware of what a private membership track is, but for those of you that don't, it's essentially a golf membership where you pay a certain amount of money up front and then a monthly amount, and you can come out and run your car as often as you'd like. There will be things like condominiums, homes, multitude of garages and sizes. We expect race teams and manufacturers to call this place home as well over time. We are building just the north loop of the track. When you look at this, that's what is happening today. Rummel Construction has been yet another amazing partner. You guys came in, it was a dang mess. I don't know if any of you here were super early, but they whipped this up for us and got this scraped and all that good stuff. So I've been super duper long-winded, but I thought it was important for you all to understand what we've gone through to be here, and I couldn't appreciate all of you more for braving the conditions to come out. So what I wanted to do next was just to kind of introduce who we're going to have, and they're going to say a couple of words, and then we're going to get you out of here. So Bob Huddleston will be speaking next, and he is the Mayor Pro Tempore. I don't know how you properly say it, but
Pro Tem.
Tim, yep. Talk about a little bit about what Casa Grande has done, and while we have nothing official with Casa Grande, we have been working hand in hand with them because we expect at some point to be annexed in, and they have been nothing but an absolute joy to work with. So,
Well, thank you and welcome everybody. City of Casa Grande is very excited to be somewhat of a partner in this project. We've all certainly heard it coming for a long time. We're excited that today we're going to start seeing it come up out of the ground. I'm here on behalf of Mayor McFarland. He sends his regrets that he was unable to make it today. But suffice it to say that the city is excited about the prospect of having motorsports in our backyard, and not only for the excitement of that, but for the associated businesses that come along with it. The citizens of Casa Grande are looking forward to this, and we do look forward to someday annexing this area and hope that it is part of the city of Casa Grande. Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. I mentioned Steve Miller earlier. I think if we had to narrow it down to those that have been the most supportive over all of the projects since the beginning, is the gentleman that's no longer with us, is the guy named Jim Nabel. And those of you know him, amazing guy, amazing race fan. And we lost him earlier this year to COVID complications. But I wish he was here for this. But we do have Steve, and Steve has been a friend, like I said, for a long time. He and Pat go back a million years. But again, his involvement at the supervisor level has been just unbelievable. He's helped us through some very difficult challenges, and he's an asset to the community and to us. So thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Yes, Pat and I go way back. And actually, I was on the city council the first time he came to the area with this idea of a racetrack. And he bumped into a lot of challenges at that level and kind of went underground and disappeared for a while. But I was driving to, I don't know, a meeting or something, and I got a call. Meeting number, didn't really know who it was, and it was Pat Johnson. And he said, hey, remember that racetrack? I said, yeah, I do. He says, I think we want to resurrect it. And I said, okay, I'm on board, whatever you need, Pat, you know. And he gave you a little more detail about where it was and what have you. So, I just can't believe that we finally got this thing off the ground, because I know Dan said he's been at this for almost 8 years. I don't know how long Pat's been at it, but you know, one thing that I like about being the county supervisor is helping people see their dreams come true. And this is a dream for these guys, and I think it's a dream for a lot of people to be able to use this facility in the future. So anyway, I have a little slogan that I use for my campaigns, and I think it's working here. We're here to facilitate, not regulate. We want to see people, you know, get to the answer yes and make things happen. And I just can't wait till maybe I can come watch you guys race around here. I don't think I'll climb in the cockpit anymore. But anyway, thank you for all being here, Pat, and thank you for your friendship and your partnership on this. And this will be an asset to Pinal County. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Last but not least is Pat. He and I have competition, so he can be more long-winded. I usually win. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, first off, I'd like to point out that although I've known Steve for a million years, I'm not that old. Steve might be, but I'm definitely not. This project has taken a long time to get to this point. As mentioned, I started it earlier than Dan. And I guess I have the best luck in the world for things, because when I started it was 2006, 2007. Something happened in the economy that many of us will recall, and it was like pretty miserable for everyone. Then got going with Dan, and of course everybody knows what happened this last year. So I think the only thing I got left is pestilence. That's probably the only thing I've missed so far. But if we can get all that done, it'll be great. I'm really excited about this project, getting it off the ground, getting started out here. I think it will be a tremendous success, and it will help bring along the rest of the project. In the meantime, since this is a racetrack, we might as well get started. Can we get the shovel so that we can start digging? Well, I'm glad to see you working, boy.
So we got these shiny fancy shovels, and normally we would do a dig, a ceremonial dig, but since they're so shiny, we thought it's a racetrack. We thought it might be a little better to do this a little differently this time. Get the cats fired up, and give a little gentleman start to race. The boys want to join me on that? All right, gentlemen,
Start
your engines!
That's it.
groundbreaking.